What's going on, y'all? Thank you for choosing once again to click on the channel. This is OYAOY. I'm simply here to do my job, get the messages to the collector. Oh, what's that? Please, guys, only take what resonates. I'm only here to give it to you so you can have it. We're all stars in our own show, but this may or may not be for you. Okay, I get that there's a lot of people that could be working on the shadow side. Also, going within, maybe doing some healing work, working on their heart chakra, learning forgiveness, first and foremost, forgiving yourself, getting connected back to maybe your creative endeavors, different things that you like doing. Okay, I also got something about somebody could be 68 or could have been born in 86. Yeah, this is also learning to close your eyes. A lot of people have been in darkness due to some things that they may have experienced, within their own form of hurt or trauma here. But this is why a lot of people are starting to speak up about things that could be going on, because it's up to you to decide if you want something better for your life, if you want to manifest something out of love, if you want to manifest things out of using your creativity, or if you want to continue to sit in some form of darkness, which allows you to be easily deceived into thinking that you have to do stuff against certain people in order to achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve this time around. Okay, so we're just going to freestyle this one to see what we got. Please, guys, only take what resonates. Okay, so we got people, some people could know some secrets. Okay, there's something about somebody who was trying to manifest something. Um, could even be manifesting a new home, or someone could be building a new home. Also, someone's inside of the tech field. Okay, so I'm also picking up like a robbing Peter to pay Paul. Maybe somebody was in that energy, or you need to get out of that energy. This is basically somebody was supposed to get paid, okay? And they owe some people that they supposed to be paying. So imagine somebody waiting on some form of payment so they can pay somebody else. Um, yeah, we got that there's a fall in the non-royals, okay? So it could have been some people that could have considered themselves royals or royalty, that are now having a great fall here. So let's see. Someone could be using someone else's tech equipment, or some type of technology, or some type of equipment that has to be turned in. Somebody could actually work from home, and this equipment was never home. Maybe somebody was constantly, moving around with some equipment that belonged to a company, or something about somebody is, if they're not actually finding some type of equipment or technology inside of their home, due to them not being home, somebody could actually have to turn in some equipment. I don't know why I get that. Okay, also something about Versace. Somebody could actually have a lot of money. They build like, not Versace floors, but something about a floor. Somebody has like big dreams for a home. Okay, and I'm not sure if it's like marble, different high-end products or material, um, fashion labels or designs. Something coming up about somebody being, involved in some high-end stuff in a home. Yeah, somebody's like well off, living a life. So let's see. We're going to get some of these cards and see what is going on out here. Please let us only have some good positive messages only. The energy has been crazy. Somebody could be eating Zaxby's or some form of chicken, some type of chicken, fried chicken, grilled chicken, baked chicken. Somebody could actually look like a cartoon creature. Somebody could have been playing with some mirror magic. Somebody was trying to manifest something inside of someone else's home using some form of mirror magic, or projecting through some type of technology that's in someone's home. Yeah, that ain't gonna work, because if we are working towards peace, harmony, joy of life, prosperity, well-being, and fellowship and self-worth, maybe this person is starting to get their own reflection, or pick up on whatever it is that they were trying to send out. You got 1964 Civil Rights Act, change protocol. Okay, I'm also getting ghost protocol. Somebody was trying to hang on somebody's, if it wasn't an actual coding or something in somebody's technology, this is what was going on. Okay, so somebody is like crying out to God or asking God for some form of forgiveness. Yeah, you got analytical. So somebody's like analyzing something, trying to see if they have reason to keep somebody from overcoming something. This could be why this person is actually dealing with some type of flooding or weird weather. Okay, so you got loading away from the reason and consciousness, short circuit. I don't know why I got short circuit. So short current direction without lighthouse internal, metaphysical over sensory. Okay, so you got the life of Pi, soul salvation, anchor. I'm not sure if some of you have actually seen this movie, but it is a great movie. This is basically, no matter what this guy actually experienced, you guys, on having this journey of soul searching, and actually, having to go through a lot of tests and trials and struggles in order to know, who he actually was in life and who God was to him. When he actually got through the ocean, or after being lost at sea and experiencing the things that he had experienced being lost at sea, no one believed him. He actually had to make up a story that certain people can reason with, because it was so absurd, the certain things that he was dealing with. So I'm getting life of Pi. Maybe some of the things that you have been through, some people will not believe it, simply because they're not able to comprehend certain things if it goes outside of their sensory or their senses. Okay, so you got something about artificial ingredients. Someone wants to help somebody, and this could be to form of um to form, not necessarily a alliance, but to form an agreement on pushing love. Okay, someone is like the queen of love, um, and maybe due to some type of if it wasn't actually divinity or something, or being surviving around the zombie apocalypse, or being around people that are considered artificial, or they don't have connections to um, their spirituality or their higher self or something here, um, even their consciousness, if they're not connected some type of way. You could have been feeling like you was around a group of zombies or bots, but it's like somebody wants to actually save something that you're connected to, or save your ship. So something came up about a ship again. Like I said, you got water, a ship, an anchor, a lighthouse. What's this about tarot divination? Someone could have been actually, um, you know, dealt with something since the beginning, pertaining to their art, the creativity or something. Because like I said, this is coming back to maybe your childhood, certain things that was blocked off from you, certain things that somebody could have threw salt on you, just been like, whatever you think is not true, or whatever you want to manifest cannot come true, or you needed to do this, you need to do that. This is also like somebody that may wanted to take um a different pathway in life. Maybe someone was always next to you trying to sway you another way. Okay, maybe this person was more into a logical way of thinking about certain things, but you have a table is being prepared in the presence of your enemies. Okay, maybe you have experienced a lot when it came to your growing pains. I don't know why the queen came back up in the great tribulation. Okay, so something's coming up about someone could be experiencing some type of heart condition. Um, this could be due to maybe being somebody that is constantly being um, antagonizing something here. But if someone's being moved away in order to have a higher consciousness or to pursue their true reason in life, maybe this person could be, stuck back, sitting at a table that maybe they didn't want you at. You see what I'm saying? So this is almost like somebody could be still stuck at a table that they prepared for them, themselves, those they love. They didn't have room for you at that table, but God has moved you away to, experience life another way. And now this person is trying to figure out, how can they get you back to this table that they didn't have space for you anyway. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. If somebody wants you to just give them a call, okay, this is like somebody is sealed within the endless lessons of different things that are going on within the matrix. Okay, if certain people are doing things against your free will, it could have involved somebody that was born in 88, or maybe you was born in 88, but there's a family here that has been doing things against certain people's free will. You could also have a connection to Yahshua. Also, it's coming back up about England. Okay, someone could actually be talking about how you have like in-home syndrome or house syndrome, where you constantly want to be in the house. Or this is the type of thing that some of us realize. At first when it started, it was like, oh shit, we got to be stuck in the house. You know what I'm saying? We can't go shop the way we want, eat the way we want, hang out, go club, and do whatever the way we want to, due to certain things that got changed around a couple years ago. But when I started to see, not only how peaceful it is to not have a lot of chaos around, or different, creative events, or certain people that may want to push off their emotions or certain things that they dealing with onto you, it opened up my eyes a lot to see that sometimes sitting in solitude and quiet, in silence, allows you to connect to your inner self. Okay, you will be able to know exactly who you are without the residue of somebody else, or the addition of somebody else, somebody else hanging on to you. Yeah, so during this time, maybe you was cloaking different abusers or people that you was covering for by simply, if it wasn't actually calling out what you experienced, or accepting what you experienced, or even telling somebody, hey, the way you treating me, I ain't with it. You could have been cloaking some abuser some type of way by simply allowing them to treat you, uh like you was the outsider, which you starting to see that that's not so bad being the outsider, especially if you outside a lot of calculated bull crap. Okay, yeah. So you have a completion of yourself. You have come into union with yourself. This is like unity between you, your masculine, feminine energy, your highest, lowest self, your creativity, your heart chakra, your different chakras. Maybe even accepting, I experienced this, but I don't have to continue on this way. I have the power to actually bring things inside of my life that I want to be inside of my life. I actually have control on who I want to sit at my table. If you didn't want to give me a spoon and a fork and a plate, then I'm able to make a whole table, and I'll just serve myself. You don't necessarily need anyone around you when it comes to building what it is that you want. Yeah, someone could actually be coming into union, as far as you and another person here. Okay, so you have nine coil ether, curly head, so you could have curly hair. But this is basically, and that's crazy because it came out, the mind against the heart. Okay, and basically, I consider it, especially if you have already balanced out your equilibrium and certain things, the way you process things, the way you handle things, the way you perceive them. If you have already balanced yourself out mentally, emotionally, you know that you will be okay, because instead of thinking emotionally, you will think more with wisdom or knowledge that you receive from being your highest self, or receiving these certain, you know, pulls and tugs on yourself spiritually. Okay, so maybe you're starting to trust your intuition about certain things. And also it's coming up about the rapture and the different ways that maybe we perceive the rapture to be, because I know me personally, I was like, a lot of people ain't getting ready to come up missing, but I feel like it's gonna be like almost how it was when, in 2019, when there was another wave of certain people that were, if you considered it activated or awakened to, what was going on. It was like the energy hit me so tough. I had no choice but to confess my sins, repent from most of the things that I have experienced, um, cleaned out, what I was dealing with, and I had to be separated from certain things in order to be on the outside to look in. And I'm not gonna lie, when that is first happened, even experiencing the craziness, the stuff that I did, I was like, okay, I'm getting somewhere. But once you move from another level, you close a door, another door opens, you are walking into another territory, a different territory. And this is why, God uses all of us in a certain way to, not only cut the light on some of these roaches, but just reveal certain things that we have experienced, first and foremost, that we have experienced and we have gotten through. And not only have we gotten through, but we also have a pureness inside of our heart that is still able to be worked with, that's able to be molded by the Most High. Okay, so when the spirit or the highest consciousness or Christ consciousness or however people want to perceive it to be, some people want to say it's not God, it's universal, whatever, however you perceive it to be, a lot of us still have a chance to still be used or worked with, simply because you have not been, um I won't say corroded or molded, but you have not been so tempered to the point where you cannot come back and actually, you know, express God's love or the God's glory. Okay. So it's coming up about maybe you could be making a heart over head decision or a head over heart decision here. You both know, we all know both of these are very crucial when it comes to who we are. Sometimes we believe that we are guided by something we like to call love, but we starting to see, that four-letter word has carried us in a lot of situations we probably wouldn't even have stepped in if we were, thinking, with our head, or accepting, God's whisper to our dome, like, hey, this ain't a good feeling. Do you want this feeling? You know what I'm saying? We just too busy, like, well, I love him and I love her and I get it. But I will tell you, being a witness, that the love that I've received was the best love, came from the Most High, from Spirit, from the Spirit of Yahshua, from the Spirit of Christ, the Holy Spirit, however people want to say it. This is the best love I've ever felt in my life. It was to the point where I was like, oh my God, everybody should feel this. And you go on your euphoric feeling of running around town, frolicking and making my way downtown, watching, picking flowers and giving flowers away, giving your money away. You want to, share that feeling of love because you have received it. But once you do that, you also have your eyes open to everything that's been going on in the background. So it's almost like having to level yourself out. Yeah, there's this extreme feeling of love that's available, but it's also this darkness that's always there waiting to tempt you, or waiting to knock you off your balance, or waiting to, flick your ass straight off of the narrow path. But we starting to see it's what it is. So I don't know if you could be connected to Etta James, but Etta James is coming out. And what is that? Don't she say inside I'd rather go blind or something? So somebody could be feeling like that way. They rather go blind than to see you actually, manifest something beautiful in your life, or see you with somebody else. I don't know why I got that. You also got Nibiru. Yeah, so whoever you are, you could actually be born. You was born with special gifts. Okay. A lot of us know that we was born with special gifts. Things that we ran across could have, blocked that from us, or we could have been actually saved from it, um, or it could have actually been hidden within us. Um, After experiencing certain trauma, we could have, put this in on the back burner, or it could have been things that we didn't want to experience, simply because, before you open up anything of the divine, there is darkness that has to be cleaned out of your vessel. It's just what it is. It's like I'm also getting like the 6 and 9, um, the yin and yang energy, the ups, the downs. It's always the opposite of everything. Okay, so we got something about the Arthurian secret societies being defeated, different things going on. I don't know. You guys, I promise y'all, if I could just, be so chill in certain things, I'll be good. You see what I'm saying? But it's like I'll try to, be as normal as possible, go through living my life, trying to just, if it's just working a job and going to school. But it's like I always had this certain type of energy against me to where it's just don't want me to have anything. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like I must definitely give praise to God, because regardless, like I'm kept and I'm taken care of and I'm protected. And it's like I'll be dang if I have nothing. So I have to keep pushing forward on my personal path and my journey, because it's like trying to be normal or just do things normally out here, it's just not gonna work for me. It's like anything that's like normal or just hanging right there and dangling for me to like try to fit in and do it, it's not gonna work for me. It's because somebody, it's not even somebody, it's just something, the energy of the something, of the hate, of the enemy, of the opposite, of the opposition just does not want me to accomplish anything. So it's like I got to go all in on, you know, my spiritual path. But anyway, um, you got something about the wicked are being dropped. They being, I don't want to say a word, but they basically being dropped. Okay, anything that was done in secret, especially involving like different spiritual leaders, whether archbishops, pastors, different things like that. Okay, you seeing that all the wicked is being revealed. Something about pogo sticks. I don't know why I got Pago too again. Okay, so it's like during this time when you see certain things happening or playing out, continue to sing a song of joy, of love in your heart. Okay, continue to laugh. This is one thing that probably irks the enemy about me, because I've been under the boot so many times of those who want to press me down, but it's like I've had received so much mercy and have been a witness to so much in my life that God has done. That I keep going, and I find the joy and the beauty in the smallest things, and even in the ugliest things. Those things that may be considered dead, or those things that may be considered, dark or something like that. And I think that's what my main problem was for the longest time, is because it's like I would see the good in the demon, and it's just like it's not gonna work. You see what I'm saying? Because if certain people have already signed up to be a certain way this lifetime, it's like who am I to try to change them? But it's like you can't you can't like beat them to you can't join them and beat them or something like that. So maybe I don't know why I'm getting that. Maybe it's like casting pearls amongst swine. um somebody's not gonna hate, somebody's not gonna like your light if they love darkness. You see what I'm saying? And it's like it was crazy for me, because it was like I was in a bunch of darkness, but it's like I loved the light. It was weird. It was almost like the darkness that I had to experience. I wouldn't say it was forced, but it was almost like conditioned and programmed. I was bred to be, of so much darkness, or to expect darkness, or to be comfortable in darkness, or whatever, to the point where I started seeing in the dark. I started, believing in the dark and everything. It was to the point where I'm like, hold up, if I want to take control of things to be better, which it took me actually having a child to see that no, this is not the lifestyle that I want. This is not what God has shown me. This is not what's within my heart. Anything that I feel inside is not matching up with what's playing on the outside. So it was most definitely different control. Whether people want to consider it the MK Ultra, or different being controlled by witchcraft, or being controlled by um entities, or being controlled by uh premeditated movements, or different things being orchestrated around me, or certain things was already like pre-written, but it wasn't by my hand. Do you see what I'm saying? And I know for a fact it wasn't by the Most High, because some of the most grimiest shit that I have placed my feet upon, it's just the way that it happened, I had to experience it on a level that a lot of people wouldn't understand, because a lot of them wouldn't make it out. A lot of people wouldn't make it out. And that's just all it is to it. And, it's not to like toot a beat beat, but it's like me being who I am, you know, some of the shit that I've experienced, I wouldn't wish it on the enemy or on somebody I know that wish most of the stuff on me. So you could be feeling shielded right now. And this is what I'm saying. Like, learn to guard your heart, okay? Different things that you could be experiencing or seeing around you. Start guarding your heart. That's all I'm saying. And I said guiding your heart. So it's also guiding your emotions, having some type of, you know, boundaries when it comes to who you're gonna allow in your space or what you're gonna allow people to do to you, because they gonna get lost in all your sauce, not they sauce though. They gonna get lost in you, um, trying to build like a shield of trust or a canopy of trust, so they can you both could be comfortable with each other while they stabbing you in your back or lying on you or setting something up for you to be enslaved to something here. Okay, so you got something about a stimulus again. I don't know why I'm getting Volkswagen. Somebody could be actually seeing a lot of the, if it's not the actual world, could be seeing a lot of repentance around them. A lot of people, going into repentance, which I, highly promote, to confess your sins. And I was actually laughing about it the other day, even though it's not funny. But it's like, in cathedrals or Catholic churches or, the mobs or different people, when you watch movies and stuff, it's like they'll go and spray up a whole club, and then they'll end up at church the next day at the confessions, like, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. You see what I'm saying? Do you see how the level of comfortability some of these people have? They may have done some of the doggest stuff, but they have a comfortability that they feel like their sins will be forgiven if they confess them. Maybe this is the level of thinking you should have. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you experience, get comfortable going to God like, man, I really did it this time. You see what I'm saying? I really messed up. Maybe you can help me because I don't know what to do from here. So maybe this is what somebody's doing, learning to repent, accepting their sins, their flaws of what they did, learning not to necessarily blame it on the dude downstairs, but taking accountability for some shit they had their hand in. Okay. So you got someone's also learning like how to manage their wealth or some form of money. Yeah, so somebody's building like a luxury home. Um some also too coming up about different passports. So who's building a luxury home? And I hope whoever's building this home, maybe you have prayed on it, you got through it, but if somebody's trying to build a home off, the pain and suffering of somebody else, I don't see that going real well, because you're starting to see that, you know, things are not really shaking the way some people thought it was. They thought they was gonna get away with being, you know, I don't care. Judas had kids. Do you see what I'm saying? They said he died, but if that's the case, where did the energy of Judas come from? It like, Lazarus, it rose several times, like over and over again. Somebody could be like dwindling down, feeling like they spiraling out of control. I'm getting like spirals. Also, something coming up about maybe and I don't know why I'm getting this, because the rapture came up. It came up about heaven, um, also about no sex being in heaven. So this is not necessarily. I'm thinking maybe genders, or actual sex, or the way people express love in heaven is most definitely different than actual sex or intercourse. And I had spoke on it in one of my other videos today, because it's like everything of the flesh is could be considered used as a sin. Do you see what I'm saying? Anything that's, stimulates our senses can be associated with something that has to do with sin. So what that means is, maybe it's a way of showing love or people receiving love, and you're not necessarily having sex, or you connecting on a level that does not require like physical gratification or sex. I don't know. This could be what kind of bond is coming to somebody, to where, you might have a love of a lifetime, but you starting to see that that love of a lifetime does not necessarily require, um, you know, sucking and looking all the time. You see what I'm saying? This is like love that surpasses physical touch. It's a beautiful thing. Okay, so you got, I don't know how to say this, ephemeris, ephemeris. Okay, so astronomical calendar showing the positions of celestial bodies at noon each day throughout year, nautical almanac, geocentric longitude, you know what I'm saying, and latitude. Yeah, so it's something coming up about celestial bodies again. Also, maybe some people are getting more into the way the planets move, or certain calendars, other than the calendars that we have been, connecting to. And I don't know why I got like the Mayans or different stuff. Um, I don't know why Dennis the Menace came out. I actually seen that movie earlier. Somebody could actually have a child that they feel like is Dennis the Menace, but you know that, you know, it was actually special. So you got access to the secret books, knowledge, and wisdom. Temple Library, Skyberry. Okay, so this could be somebody that's connected to some wisdom that, is outside. This is ancient wisdom. Um, Things that you are connecting to that come to you mentally, not necessarily meaning you have to spend years in school, pay a lot of money, be in debt, um run around trying to, make somebody else look bad. This is you being in a position to receive a level of downloads, just simply because of, if it's not who you are, it's who you growing to be. Okay, maybe this is why your hair came out too. I know a lot of us, even me, like I was, Fro was out on coffee. It was like literally coffee's Fro this morning. I didn't even pick it. I think I just ran my hands through it, and I'm like, especially dealing with the warfare I have. A lot of us have experienced hair loss from stress or what we have eaten. We may have experienced hair loss of it like that, or if you was thrown in jail for some shit that you didn't do that everybody was trying to say that you did, you might have been in there, your hair broke off, certain stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But this is basically you're receiving certain I don't know why I'm getting like transmissions or certain knowledge through your head. Okay, your mental, you being mentally healthy and receiving certain knowledge because of your temple, your body. um so you got Skyberry, Temple Library. This is wisdom that maybe if you're not actually teaching yourself, you are receiving these different codes and downloads within your body. um yeah, you also got somebody here that could be trying to give you a letter of recommendation. Okay, so yeah, it's coming through that literally, learning to get through conflict with harmony, with love, with this secret level of knowledge or wisdom you have. And like I said, it's basically you not popping off with, the emotions of things. And I know how it is because I'm emotional. Yeah, and when everything first started, I was just like, what? What you mean? You know what I'm saying? But it's just what it is. I'm not. It's not up for us to try to figure out why exactly things played out the way they did. I just want to encourage everybody to, give praise that you are still here. We have lost a lot of good people that, one, maybe was not aware of some of the things that was coming against them, or two, they was set up or, made to look a certain type of way, so they didn't have a fair chance. If they didn't have the money, if they, was alone or isolated, some people have gave up. You are still here to, live a prosperous life. And you see, I'm getting emotional because I can, you know I get how it feels to not have a grasp on what could be playing out in your life that's keeping you from seeing your self-worth, from you not having some level of support, or for you not living in the best part of yourself, because you may not have the things that you need to get by in life, or you may have experienced things that have ripped the laughter from your body to the point where you don't want to laugh, you don't want to smile. Like, I've experienced that. And for a lot of us to still be able to get back through the type of attacks or the things that we've experienced, or even the stuff that we did to ourselves, it's a beautiful thing. And I encourage everybody to keep working towards something. Everybody's not gonna get it. It's not meant for everybody to get it. It's only meant for you to get it. Okay, this could be why you could be um receiving certain things, whether they in messages, and I consider them from heaven. Like I tell you all the time, I make phone calls to heaven all the time, and every time I say it, I want to come home, he say, cut the light on. It's not time. It's a lot of us that still have things to do. you know but each day throughout the year, you could be just gaining some wisdom about yourself. Yeah, you becoming balanced. Okay, so it doesn't matter if some nasty bitch don't like you. Excuse my language, but it doesn't matter if certain people don't like you, or if they want to, criticize you because you may not be married, or you may not be inside of a religion at the time, or you may have moved from religion, or you consider yourself um not necessarily being better than other people, but you don't want to be in a level of filth or down below anymore. Okay, Joshua, Jesus, whoever you want to call it, but I would say Joshua, was in the valley. Okay, hated amongst his own people, and still continued to work amongst them people. And this is why, even if you read in your Bible, you will see it. You're not going anywhere where people are healthy. Okay, a lot of us, you are being sent out to where people need help. They need healing. They need loving. They need laughter. They need peace. They need, joy, some type of, harmony and balance. Okay. It's not for us to always be hooply, ha, rah, rah, rah all the time. Because trust and believe, most of us are the hardest. Do you see what I'm saying? The hardest of them all. Okay. We was built to take several lashes, even being condemned, persecuted, falsely imprisoned, knives in our back, uh, without water, without homes, without clothes, without support. We've had to experience a level of suffering that a lot of people didn't have to experience, simply because you was chosen to bring some form of balance. It was up to you to still be able to maneuver, move up, show a little love, and leave those that behind with something better than what you may have started with. Okay, because I know me, starting at the bottom, a lot of times I wasn't my best self. A lot of times I probably would have cussed you out, got drunk, hit you, pulled your hair, did some old crazy, you know what I'm saying. A lot of times I didn't, I came out of character. It wasn't up for me to try to be perfect or play perfect. You see what I'm saying? And then a lot of times my face came off because, some people know who you are. They know that you're different. You know that you've always been different, but they want to bring this darkness out of you, which you gotta learn to level this stuff out. Basically, it's what it is. Okay, so you got um somebody could be I hate picking this up, but you got something about putting their children out there. I'm not sure. Oh wow, the Mayan calendar came back up again. But somebody could actually be putting their children out there, like like showcasing children or something. Okay, you got something coming up about burnt offerings, the maker of heaven and earth. Okay, so somebody could be actually crawling around somebody, and that's crazy because I'm getting like spiders. Somebody's like terrified of tarantulas and spiders, but you got somebody could be like crawling in your sleep. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if somebody actually has experienced seeing a bunch of spiders in their sleep or something. I know some people associate spiders to witchcraft, but like I don't want to associate everything to everything, because every creature was supposed to be made beautiful except for man-made bugs like roaches and shit. That's the type of stuff that you don't want crawling at night or crawling anywhere. Okay, and they not just on the ground anymore. Some of these are actual humans. They crawl. Okay, so we got um I don't know why that says that. I'm not gonna repeat that, but these certain ones that want to transition or whatever. Okay, there has to be some balance somewhere. I don't know. My thoughts on this? You really asking my thoughts? Okay, my thoughts is yes, love is love, but you cannot secretly hate a essence or a spirit of something that you want to um emulate or try to co-create without co-creating with what it is that you secretly don't like, but you want to be that. You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I hate speaking on it because I'm so over it. Like I said, we haven't even stepped into the position of getting our rights as humans first. So for them to be used as the backbone for certain people to ride on and try to make it seem like certain people needs rights because they want to, this should not even have been a conversation. You see what I'm saying? Even when it comes to the children, this should not be conversated about within the schools. If you don't even have they're scared to even teach the real history of the land or the real history of what has actually transpired with humans out here, but they want to make sure that they teach about transgender acceptance and shit. Like, I don't want to keep talking about that because you see, I get worked up and we're not getting worked up today. So all of that's back reversed. Okay, whatever hatred that certain people have, they have it because they are not the divine feminine energy. And even if it's not divine feminine, because I don't consider myself that, I consider myself a woman, and I have a balance of two, and the energy that I come from may require sometimes that, I'll use one more than the other. But I most definitely know how to have a balance here. And I feel like certain people just are not balanced. They want to reverse certain roles without reversing roles with kicking the person that they want to steal roles from. Okay, I don't know. It's weird. It's different. They want to create stuff. I don't know why I'm getting Ajax. But imagine, like, just like certain things are created in the lab to go against what was already created and made perfect, certain people want to, you know, create a duplicate of something without actually, using, I don't know. Yeah, certain stuff like that's getting torn down. So you got absent healing, okay? So somebody could have been actually missing some type of healing that they needed. And this is what we are missing amongst certain people are spiritual healers, different people that have the patience to deal with things that need to happen in the present. Not actually being labeled magicians and witches because, there were people that were medicine men and medicine women that did have the job to go amongst the land or around certain people, especially in the valley, given the knowledge that they had. Some of them had to do it in secret because they was either haunted, targeted, or this goes back to the same stuff that our ancestors have been dealing with. And I even looked it up, with the Salem witches. They want to say, these were a certain race of women, but imagine these women actually being women, indigenous women, or women of color. This certain thing is still going on today. Like I said, it's okay if I clap my ass to certain songs or pop my pussy for a real one, but when I want to get on and speak my truth and actually do something that's better for people, or share what I know, the knowledge that I have to help my people, then it's a problem. Okay. And then the thing about it is, you have those people that, want to portray themselves as that, but really they into actually doing secret witchcraft or doing things amongst certain people. It's just what it is. A lot of this stuff is being torn down so it can be rebuilt. Okay. So you have something coming up about maybe secret spirit doctors. So you got a patient does not need to be present. Okay. You have the absent healing. This is simply to being able to heal the land, not necessarily being present amongst even a platform, okay, a platform, or being around somebody in a group, um, even in the same room. You can actually heal somebody by praying, going into secret. And I had thought about it the other day because I think it was yesterday. I had actually seen somebody and they was like, yeah, I'm burning my ancestors' money, and they just sitting there at their altar burning money. And this is why you'll see me, I'll go certain places within my home, but I'm not going to show an altar that I would actually, sit and speak to, because, or pray at, or anything, because most of the time I do it within myself or within my heart, because a lot of these people want to do things and they want you to be, hey, look at me, okay, hey, look at me doing this, or hey, look at me doing that, when a lot of us, or a lot of people that are really doing something, they want to be hidden, okay, they want to learn how to transmute certain energies without being showcased. Because once again, it does make you a target. I don't think a lot of us realize what our ancestors had to go through simply because they wanted to live a better life, or they wanted to heal certain people in their community or on the land. Okay, so you got something about August or Augustus. Um, it could be different levels of knowledge that people are learning. Okay, it's also something coming up about the different things, secret books, secret things that was hidden inside of the Vatican, things that um and I like how it said it. It's like the end of the days, not end of days, but the end of us sleeping, or the end of us being cut off from our knowledge of self, or us knowing what really has transpired on the land. Okay, it's most definitely about us individually evolving, accepting what we experience. Like me, come from the ghetto, from the hood, didn't have nothing, busted shoes, smoked, tooted, party, um, had a very promiscuous sex life, um, survived a lot of magic, different times of dodging death, homelessness. I dealt with it for years of depression, certain things that I've been through. I was not meant to survive. It was not set up for me to. But by God's grace and mercy, and by my will that I receive to survive out here, I keep pushing forward, because I want you to know that it is possible to still have the life that you want. And it can involve harmony, prosperity, your well-being, fellowship, and self-worth. We don't have to be out here head busting, bag snatching, titty rocking and jocking to have a good life. I don't know why. Who do y'all ever wonder who sat back and was like, yeah, we think we should have them do this? I mean, we'd allowed certain things to get into the schools. We allowed certain things to run rampant through the neighborhoods. It's like, who is really going to stand up and say, hey, I care about the community or what they're doing? Not the ones that's like, hey, look at me. Watch me do this. Watch me take a $2 million fund and promise to, open up the Boys and Girls Club, but you never see it open. Not somebody like that. Not somebody that's going to take funding for, certain communities to have clinics or healthcare or certain things within their community, to where they don't have to rush off or be pulled somewhere and be treated like an experiment or be discriminated against because of the color of their skin. Not that. I'm saying those that's really from the streets, that have experienced a lot, that don't care about being accepted from, different corporations, or different social groups, or different economic statuses, or different political parties. I'm talking about the ones that's really ready to get to it, and this is what God looks for. Those that are able to build with from nothing. Okay, we're not even building from scratch, because we don't have breadcrumbs. We literally coming from the gutter with nothing, building up to make sure that people see that it's possible. You don't have to be a spawn of fucking Satan to make things happen out here. Okay, so you got the golden rule is the balance of trade, change is in order. Okay, and this goes back to what our ancestors was doing a long time ago. They was trading. And that's just like how we are now. You're like, hey, you do my hair, I do your nails. You see what I'm saying? Hey, you make this outfit, I cook your dinner for this event you got. Hey, you plan this party, I'll make sure that, I fix your car. Certain stuff like that. Like getting back into trading, because it was to the point where the currency of the money, that was not, you couldn't really, how many people could you get to sign up to go against somebody over $500 if money wasn't important anyway? It was basically what you had to offer was your currency. Who you was your currency. Your talents, your gifts, your whether it was linen, gems, um, incense, perfumes, certain stuff that our ancestors was already trading. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like getting back to accepting whatever it is that you have to offer that's within yourself that does not require money is what you can trade to receive something else. It does not mean you have to have a lot of money. Okay, so now I'm looking over and I'm seeing a group of 7. Okay, it could have been a group of 7 people that's like literally go screw yourself. Okay, because they was basically relying upon you not making a name for yourself. And what's making a name for yourself by simply just wanting to survive? Okay, so it could have been somebody's actual parent that took a payment and they came up short. So you got your caught, put the cards down. Okay, it could also be a tarot reader that could be involved, that was working with somebody that actually took a payment to make sure that somebody came up short with something. Okay, so um, we got a reader here that's into divinity. We got somebody's parent that took a payment. I don't know if this person is actually short or they came up short. Yeah, they wasn't expecting you to have all your tools within. So do you see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying. A lot of people was expecting you, okay, this is what they was relying upon. You not having some money. Okay, but since when do we need money to actually be who we are? You see what I'm saying? Yes, it's good. It's always good to be able to take care of myself and my family. That is the main goal. Okay. And you starting to see those who want to create obstacles when it comes to that will have to deal with their own issue. Okay. But I don't know why some came up about, we're not even gonna say their name. Yeah, but these people are being trapped. Okay, this is also too, someone could have even made it seem like you was defiant or you was against the government, but this is not against the government when you are against wickedness. Okay, I have so much respect for everybody. Like I said, I was really cool with a police officer, and this man, he was a good man for as far as I knew, and he was actually murdered, and it took me back because it was almost like I wasn't expecting for, death to actually happen around me. But when this man had his life taken, it made me look at, different officers a certain way, because, yes, they do risk their life. And I was also admiring how there are a lot of more women officers that are stepping up. And imagine, you know what I'm saying? Imagine if these men are not stepping up and taking, certain positions to do things. The women are doing it. You see what I'm saying? So I admire certain people that can use whatever tools they have within them to make things better. I'm just not for the wickedness, okay? But somebody could have made it seem like, even me. Oh, she's saying she's against this and against that. They want to always make you seem a certain type of way, but it's not what it is. It's just you have already experienced enough to know that yes, things can be corrupt and crooked out here if certain people have not, did their own inner work. And that's just how I look at it. And I had already experienced that, being locked up, and I had all male guards. I'm trying to take a piss or whatever, just trying to pee, it was whatever I was trying to do. And males was walking through. It wasn't no privacy. Even when you in the shower, you know what I'm saying? They doing head counts. And I used to ask myself that, like, why is it only men in here? Why are all the men in the woman's pie or the woman's cell? But imagine, we don't know what obstacles were created for certain women to even take those positions, whether they are being harassed at work by certain men, or whether they, sexist, or we don't know what certain people deal with. All we know is what we deal with, and then we have people that are outside of us that make their own assumptions, and they get knocked back when they start trying to, play architect or direct certain things in your life. So what's this? You got seek forgiveness, unconfessed sins, examine motives, praise, and study. So it's this read is all about, clearing your heart, getting back to doing what you love to do. Okay. Some people could be seeking forgiveness from you, or you need to seek forgiveness for yourself. Confess your sins. Examine your own motives. Are you doing something for yourself? Are you doing it because you want other people to see you doing it? This is what I always try to tell myself. Like, is this what I want? Is this what I want to be doing? Because I don't have an image. I don't want one. I want to simply be known as me. And, that's it. No extras or nothing. Taking every hit possible and still, giving praise. Still wanting to seek my high self. Still believing in the Most High. Still loving God in all his glory. And still believing that the world is beautiful. All of it doesn't have to be dark and ugly and gloomy. Okay, this is a lot of stuff that men have created for themselves. Like I said, man-made bugs. We the man-made roaches. A lot of roaches. We need the raid. So we got stop buying gift cards. Okay, somebody could be buying a bunch of gift cards and doing something with gift cards. Protection for plants and animals. This is another thing that I started having more respect for. Imagine, even when you walking through the grass or something, when you know what I'm saying? Like, we have had no respect for anything. And I was questioning it the other week because I'm like, damn, I have really been asleep for the longest time. But I had to be knocked with some of the most, when I tell you I had to be knocked with some of the most extreme darkness, somebody had to place me under the most darkest, deepest illusion or spell, because I would have been at her like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I could see me fighting for animals' rights or something. That was the type of life that I could have been led down. Do you see what I'm saying? But it was easier for me to be stuck in my own darkness or through my own trauma, because, it's easily for me to appear as like I don't care. Especially if I'm walking through and I keep getting like the sunken place. That was actually what it felt like I was in. Being within my own thoughts. My own pain, not caring what was going on, because I didn't have the strength to, or I didn't have the eyes to see. I was being blinded by a lot of stuff, but it's like everything was brought to my attention at the time it needed to be. And maybe you having a royal resurrection, that is a beautiful thing. You having a resurrection to see, just who you are, your heart, your creativity, what you have to bring to the world. It's just what it is. Some people could be mad, but it's not your business. Things are being torn down to be rebuilt. Okay, so you got something about religious and political matters. And I'm so over this. Neither one of these, I don't even care. I don't associate to none of it. Anything that causes any form of division, I don't believe in it. But here we go. Must don a robe of scarlet. I said scarlet. Scarlet, and bend on his brow a brass tablet, scribes, various characters, studded ring, emeralds. Okay, so you got incense, paradise, oak, poplar, garland, fig, wreaths, leaves. Okay, I don't know what this is all about, but this could be, people associating different religious groups or religious beliefs, but they also combining that with political matters. Like, since when does, you know, political parties belong in a church or belong in the temple of God? Don't you agree that causes some form of division? These are things that should not have even reached the church. And it goes back to some of these churches. They was not able to tell you the truth. They can't tell you the truth if they getting funding from the government. They can't tell you the truth if they using, their knowledge of some of the things that they have used or took out the Bible to control some people some type of way. It's just what it is, y'all. It ain't no big secrets. Okay, so you got something coming up about synthetic biology, and I was gonna bring this back up to about some people, just having complete disrespect when it comes to certain people that have passed on or passed over, whether they having disrespect at the graveyard, stepping on people, stepping, some people it's just what it is, y'all. I don't know. So this is basically, resurrecting the royal family, and that is the real royals. Those people that come from certain tribes or certain bloodlines that are meant to be healers of the nation, healers of the land. Okay, no longer being captured by different, tricks, traps, and snares, or being binded to their trauma or things that they experience. No longer being hooked on this, four-letter word, four-letter word, love. Not having their creativity stolen or marketed or monetized simply because certain people want to try to keep control over it. Yeah, we are no longer prisoners. Okay, so you got something about Bible codes and different apps and messages. Okay, we all know what's been going on with our social security numbers, the social security period. You got social security coming up, different social security numbers, different apps. It's all a mess, okay? But it's being reworked. I don't know why Disney came back out again. So you got Disney World, Land, and Channel. Um, and y'all, I actually had seen something where they was planning on putting him on some money, and I'm like, y'all better not. You see what I'm saying? This should show you right now why you should come away from any form of paper currency and get used to strengthening up your energy field, or your field, okay, your force, your life force, because you are too energy. You are also currency. Ain't none of us supposed to be in lack. And I used to say it all the time, and I got too many gifts and talents to be broke. But it's like, that's what people want you to do. They want you to be broken and be broke. But it's the resurrection of the royals. You see what I'm saying? Your talents, your creativity, your love, your energy. This is what's going to help you. Yeah, so somebody got a ratchet resemblance to somebody. Somebody that could be in the side of a slave match. Okay, so somebody wished death on somebody. They could actually wish death on somebody's spouse. This is like double thoughts and second guessing. So this is, imagine like having maybe somebody that was supportive of you, okay, but when they realized they could double cross you, they started having double thoughts and second guessing that they could keep you in some type of match, some type of way. And this is simply, the slave match of if I can exploit you or not. If I can make money off your pain or capitalize off your trauma some type of way. If I could use your gifts to keep you binded to me, and keep me, inside of your energy so I can run off and make my wishes come true. This is the type of stuff that people want to do. Okay, somebody could have wanted you to somebody shed their skin here. Somebody could have even put something in somebody's food. This could have actually been some skin or something, or a rat. Somebody could be eating something that contains rat meat. Okay. Yeah, there's a judge that's under judgment. Could have been involved in an exploitation case. This person was connected to personal people that was involved in doing this exploitation. Okay, and like I said, and I don't know. His last name could be Disney or whoever it is, but somebody's involved in this match here. But they didn't know you was forbidden fruit. You see what I'm saying? If you are placed here, and I ain't gonna lie, I've have different thoughts when it comes to the forbidden fruit, because you know we wasn't well she wasn't supposed to eat the apple from the tree of knowledge or whatever, but and that's the thing, they was in a world where it was not, it wasn't created for pain and suffering. It was for us to thrive and to enjoy life, for enjoyment, for love, peace, harmony, and everything else. But when that apple was bit, it was forbidden and it shouldn't have happened. But it did happen. You see what I'm saying? But that didn't mean that when it did happen to hide all the knowledge that we were supposed to know. Like, we wouldn't have never known that certain people use these different, dark arts or do things in the background against you to keep you at a certain level in life. Okay, we're supposed to be aware of that. Some people didn't want us to be aware of that. This is why it was good to, accept things for what they was, clearing out your heart chakra. But the stuff that was forbidden at this point was you. Somebody was forbidden fruit. So you got telephone, cell phone, gossip, airways, frequency. Somebody's doing a lot of gossiping about something they was doing to, like, cross somebody, but it didn't work. Yeah, somebody was doing like attraction spells or trying to get somebody to be attracted. Um, what was they trying to get? Somebody could be in New York. Yeah, so you got a government official. Somebody could be a government official. That is attracted to some forbidden fruit, or they was involved in whatever was keeping somebody enslaved. So you got you abandoned me. Love don't live here anymore. Okay, so somebody could have felt that way, like you abandoned them or you've been abandoned. Whichever way it goes, we moving forward to be better for us and our children. The sad thing about it is I felt the same way because I could have easily spent my whole life like, damn, I didn't have parents to raise me right, or I didn't have this to raise me right. But when I had my son, I knew that I didn't care about what I experienced. I knew I wanted better. I knew I wanted to experience better. I knew I had to clear out whatever it is that I experienced that kept me depressed or kept me at a level of where I didn't want to leave anybody because I didn't want to do right. I didn't want to feel like I was abandoning everybody else to live a better life. But you think everybody else was caring? Nah, they was taking off, taking flight in my energy. They was taking flight with my creativity, my ideas. They was stealing ideas. They was constantly seeking, watching, spying, lurking, watching, spying, lurking, lurking, watching, spying, lurking, watching, spying, lurking, lurking. That was all. That it was okay for them. You see what I'm saying? So you damn right. You love don't live here anymore, and don't live nowhere near somebody that's trying to secretly set me up. Okay, it's just what it is. It could have been a masculine energy that was involved with a hollow woman that was trying to set somebody up for, you know, yeah, whoever this was doing witchcraft. Okay, this person could have did witchcraft to get somebody employed or unemployed, or get somebody caught up in a case. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about these behind the back dark dealings. They all in on a deal behind your back. Okay, so a lot of people was in a deal behind your back, paying a lot of people to watch. You got my cup overflows abundance, so they probably already knew you abundant. You got a hating ass boss, somebody that someone went on a 2-date rule with. You got the true Zeus. Yasha was ready. Okay, so I don't know. Somebody got baby blue eyes. Somebody has ancient power. Someone wants a cannabis to allow to be sold. Somebody could be in the cannabis business, or I don't know. So be aware. Be aware of what? Played out popularity. So you starting to see those that was considered popular, or they were doing things for some fortune and fame, or not necessarily that, maybe just for, hey, look at me. Like I said, a lot of them do things because they want to be seen doing it, but they're not doing it with, good intentions or love in their heart or with their own energy. I don't know why I got Sydney and somebody could have slept with somebody popular. They cheated with this person, and this person actually either got a confirmation code to somebody's account, or somebody cheated with somebody and got some type of code to their phone. Yeah, somebody was sleeping with somebody's boss. I don't know why. Its boss could either be, if it's not a government official or a judge or somebody, this person could have actually slept with somebody and got access to their phone. Okay, because you got somebody could have paid somebody to get some type of evidence that they was creating here. So somebody was teaching somebody to do something with a phone, or teaching somebody to either create some evidence. Somebody was teaching somebody to create some evidence. So you got inhabitants of ancient Kemet. Something could have happened at a cookout or party. Snake plant. Okay, so I consider this, somebody could have been planted around somebody to just simply watch them. They didn't know you was a spiritual warrior though. You got 6x6 connection fixed, inner source, power place. Yeah, like I said, somebody that was a sucker, that was savagely doing something, was placed by somebody. Now they jelly. You got bees, honey, pollen, immune. So you could be immune to certain things that was already going on or playing out in your energy. I didn't know this would be as long, but whatever. This is gonna be the last one anyway. So you got sorcery has been called magic, but magic is wisdom, and there is no wisdom in sorcery. Paracelius. Okay, so basically it breaks down to um they call wisdom or the power of God or our connection to the most high magic. Okay, a lot of people didn't understand what it was because they didn't have the words for it, because they knew they had the words for what they were doing, which was conjuring up entities and different darkness from the bottom, which gave them this power of sorcery and what I like to call magic. I don't even like the word magic, but it's just what it is. Okay, so you have sorcery has been called magic, but magic is wisdom, and there is no wisdom in sorcery. So basically, if somebody's playing with some form of sorcery, there's no wisdom behind it. Okay, especially when they start going against certain people that they should not have even gone against, or they're using certain tools that they should not have even touched, or certain opening up certain stuff that they should not even be opening up, conjuring up people that shouldn't be conjuring up, bothering people that should continue to remain asleep. You know what I'm saying? Lee, why are we talking about y'all conjuring stuff? Why are we talking about y'all awakening people that deserve rest? Leave certain people be. Y'all want to continue to energy harvest. Like, it's just so strange that we are living in these times. I promise you, I've asked several times over and over again, like, how and why am I here? Like, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? Because y'all, I literally be like, this cannot be the times that we are in. People have not been this sleep. Like, we have not been this stupid. So you got to consider one of the strongest signs. Somebody's birthday could be um from the 4th of January to 3rd of February. So you have not easily influenced, thick, sturdy, Madagascar. I don't know why, because I've been getting the Ice Age all day. So it could be somebody's favorite movie or something. Talented in business, integrity, honesty. You got Savannah's, held back by self-doubt, presence of mind to provide structure and prosperity for their children. So ain't this all we want? Like, allow us to create, be, decent, normal human beings without y'all pushing us into a battle, not only against each other, but, keep us from just using our talents to get what we want. Like, it's just what it is. This is why a lot of things are changing, because, if we want to create stability by being, if I want to be Bob Ross, if I want to sit around and paint all day, if I want to be, a singer, if I want to use my creativity to where I'm not breaking my back or breaking my limbs before it's time and having to do that until 70, and then, living the rest of my best 3 years on a retirement plan or Social Security that I know. And you know what? To talk about it, it's like, that shit ain't even gonna be available because y'all been taking so much money out of Social Security check. Like, where is that money going? Can I go ahead and pull that on out for the shit that I have worked for? Like, I don't know. Yeah, y'all been doing too much in the shadows. Now y'all scared to death. A lot of them are scared to death because they had several chances. They had several chances, but they wanted to place blame every which way. Okay, so you got watch these different drugs certain people could be using or supplying you. I asked for peace before the war. Primal instinct, ancient spirit, connection to water, survival, reproduction, need to pass strength onto its young, courage, strength, our pride, Leviathan, I can't say it. Patience, speed, fear, cunning, primal force. You got a limo, party bus, earth angel, easy, exploitable, activate. Yeah, so somebody needs to activate. Like I said, you could have been an earth angel. It's been a long time coming, but change is here. Um, you could be fair skin or a lighter tone. The only thing we want to do is, raise our children, raise them right. Take our wisdom and create a life that, you know, has peace, not necessarily constantly at war, looking over our backs, our shoulders, having to worry about if we're going to receive some type of justice, receiving some type of premeditated problems that y'all have already conjured up because y'all working with certain people. Y'all feel like, just because y'all have a phallus, y'all got different connections to people that work in the hacking field, different tech fields, like, let it go. Somebody's way too feminine, whoever this masculine is. I don't know. Yeah, so this is what we had to experience as the third and fourth generation, was the game of damn Jumanji. Okay, we've been in the jungle for a long time, and I promise you, at this point, it would have been better being in the jungle with no shoes on. Okay, at least I ain't got to worry about 5G towers, people constantly stalking, riding past, honking horns and shit, neighbors listening through walls, secret cameras. Like, let me be in the jungle. Let me be out there, please. Like, leave me alone. Okay, y'all want to constantly steal from people's cards, different green dot cards, connect to different apps. You got Cash App. You know what? A lot of them was lying. They was lying through their teeth. They don't want no drama, but they gonna get all the beef. Something about a Galleria or different artifacts or things that are placed in the Galleria. A sister's half or a half sister could have been lying about you neglecting a child, or this bitch neglecting children. Okay, they could have been, constantly worried about you working in divination. This could be actually who's into divinity. So you got paradoxal stone, supreme god of alchemy, transmuted all other materials to gold at touch, elixir of life, universal medicine, cures all diseases, ignored or despised, known or unknown, fire and water, fluid without weight, esoteric traditions, spiritualism, new age, theosophy, anthroposophy, hermetic order, trying to get you to accept something in your dreams, doing a lot of moon work, connecting through different game electronics, PS5s or PS4s, PS3s, or whatever these different electronics are that connected to your phone or your Wi-Fi. Could be a Sagittarius here. Somebody's very intellectual. Somebody could have charged a lot of different things on somebody's credit card, or somebody's working on their credit. Okay, you got debt relief, something in somebody's attic, something in somebody's garden. The Bad Girls Club, LA, something coming up about some broads in the Bad Girls Club, ancestral trauma. Okay, we clearing this stuff out. Your boo on their breath. Okay, so somebody could have been cheating with somebody close, removing the spirit of bondage. What I say, we breaking them chains. Royal resurrection. Distinct open cuts. Healing from all these wounds that have been opened from these generations. Somebody's putting in a 2-week notice at work. Don't want to get caught up in some drama because they know they've been doing moon work, trying to leave you a road full of breadcrumbs. This person could actually be white or mulatto, and that's crazy because I was thinking about it earlier. Somebody that could be lighter skin. These are the type of people, they want the culture, they want to deal with it, but they don't want the struggle of it, or they'll try to turn their back on the real ones, but it's like they mothers be white, or they have a white father or something. You know what I'm saying? The fair skins, y'all, trust me, I was light bright myself. I couldn't wait to get color. They say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. I say the darker the flesh, the bitter the roots. Some people, they bitter because they not this color, or some people are this color. But I still had to deal with colorism, and that had been going on for years. People want to just now talk about it. Yes, it is true. When I was a fair skin tone, lighter skin, I had darker skin relatives that hated me just because my skin was lighter. When I got a tan and got darker, it was certain people like, damn, you still not, you know what I'm saying? That you never gonna be what some people want you to be. This is why you can't forget them. So you got watching you on the phone while doing a reading. This is what some of these readers like to do. They'll watch you while they do a reading because they reading your energy to read to their collective. They're not actually using their gifts. Somebody was working with Obi. Okay, this is also what some of these, preachers, pastors, or whatever they do. They conjure up some of these spirits. So you got the Encyclopedia of Occultism, dried lizards, bones, graveyard dirt. Look upon text of his sermon. This is what they do. They use Bible work used for power of ignorant Negroes. Okay, so mulattoes, they work with red people. There's some people that's considered the mulattoes, or lighter skin tone. You got bishop, deacon, chairman, tall, evil, negress, snake, red turban, okay, foul blood, machetes, undescribable, sinister appearance, unwashed, raggedy, half-made, usually diseased leg ulcers. So someone could be having leg problems, or you could tell this person by their legs or what they're, how they walk or something. And I'm telling you, when this was done on me, I had the same like issue. It's like I used to have a limp, and I'm like, why the fuck am I walking like this? But it's like when I got away from everything, I had a weight that was no longer on me. My walk went back to normal. Y'all, this stuff is real. The things that we have been, the things placed against us have been out this world. Okay, people working with OB men, um, working with voodoo or witchcraft. It's just what it is. They have been using a lot of stuff that we have shown them. Okay, so you got to pick up your pieces, put together your picture. The Order of the Silver Star, founded by Aleister Crowley. So didn't I say it earlier about somebody? I think it was in my other reading. The triangle dots can be interpreted as symbols of the reconciliation of opposites in a higher harmony. Can also be given a sexual reference and are intended to indicate the order is a secret society connected with the ancient mysteries. So this is what they're doing. Okay, I don't know why Census Bureau came out. Your rod and your staff comfort me. Discipline, spiritual discipline. Okay, some people have been into idol worship here. So you got somebody that's in the studio flow. Could be doing some ATM scams. Could have this killer energy. There's going to be some spiritual adjustments here. You have somebody's mother's spirit, a top hat and a trench coat. Acupunch her. Okay, so you got a Chinese system of healing which has been taken up in the West since 1930s, and has some impressive successes. To its credit, through how it works is not understood. It involves the insertion of needles into the patient's skin at points which frequently have no apparent connection with the condition being treated. Okay. Tombs, caves, and somebody's digging again. So stop digging up our ancestors. Stop using different OB men. Stop using ancient mysteries or mythology or cultism and all this stuff, mixing it with church and politics and all this to keep people a certain type of way. There will be no more use of our blood. Using our energy harvesting. You got Pepper Pig Face. Okay, Pepper Pig Face, you already know who you are. You've been in my energy for a minute. I have told you over and over again. It's already hard for you to breathe. Now you're going to have to see. You probably can see it now. A lot of y'all have been doing a lot. Royal Resurrection.